If you're thinking about moving to DeSoto, Texas, or simply want to learn more about the city, this is the video for you. We're going to look at DeSoto's history, what it's like to live in DeSoto, and we're also going to be looking at DeSoto's affordability, lifestyle, and real estate. This in-depth approach allows us to compare DeSoto to all the surrounding cities in the DFW Metroplex. So in other words, we're looking at everything you need to know about DeSoto, Texas. And that starts off by finding it on the map. DeSoto is located 16 miles south of Dallas and has two major access points to the rest of the DFW. You have Interstate 35 East running north to south, and you also have Texas Highway 67 bordering the northern part of DeSoto. And I also do feel obligated to mention Interstate 20 running east to west, even though it formally doesn't touch DeSoto. It's just a couple of blocks over. But with that being said, if you're trying to get to Fort Worth to check out the stockyards, you're looking at about a 35-minute commute. Now, if you want to get to Dallas to catch a Dallas Stars game, you want to give yourself at least 20 minutes. And if you need to catch a flight at the DFW International Airport, you're looking at 30 minutes. Now, I share those heavily frequented locations because if you live in DeSoto, at one point or another, you're going to go to Fort Worth, you're going to go to Dallas, and you're going to catch a flight. But to give you an overall better sense of the commute in DeSoto, just know that the average commute time from DeSoto of the residents that live there is 31 minutes. So now that you know where in the world DeSoto, Texas even is, I want to welcome you to the DFW Homeowner YouTube channel, the go-to real estate channel for the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. My name is Jaime Resendiz, your local realtor and team leader able to help you make money in real estate whether you're buying or selling. And we're on a mission to reach every DFW resident. So if you can hit that like button, that's going to really help us out. All right, so let's get back to DeSoto because this is what you came for. DeSoto is located in Dallas County and was founded in 1847, but it wasn't until 1949 that the city of DeSoto was formally incorporated. And that's actually right around the time where the city's population started growing rapidly. To where now present day, DeSoto has been one of the fastest growing cities in the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex and currently has over 57,000 residents. Now, one thing to note is that DeSoto is actually surrounded by a lot of other cities. So at this point, the population will continue to rise, but at some point it will peak because it's already surrounded by the other cities. Now, to add some additional context on DeSoto, I want to introduce an external resource in niche.com, which interprets millions of public data sets on cities all across the country and grades them. So as you can see, DeSoto has received a B grade from Niche, having aggregated the 12 categories you see on the screen. Now that's what the algorithm says. Well, what do current and former DeSoto residents have to say? Well, according to 223 reviews so far, current and past residents are giving DeSoto a 4 out of 5 stars. So overall, DeSoto is getting some favorable marks, both from an external resource and also from the internal. Now, the complete report that goes into all of these categories in depth is linked down below, so make sure you check that out. Because now we need to talk about the recreation in DeSoto. The city of DeSoto has a broad collection of parks, special use, and trail facilities to meet the recreational needs of its residents. Currently, DeSoto has 494 acres in 22 parks, trails, and recreational facilities. But it's very important to note that some of the parkland includes undeveloped city-owned property that could be developed into park facilities in the future. Now, from a trails perspective, you're looking at three main trail systems. You're looking at the DeSoto Ranch National Trail, Roy Orr Trail, and the Paul Dreyer Nature Preserve. Now, that's the snapshot of DeSoto's recreation scene, but what does the school system look like? Because regardless if you have kids or not, the school system that you're in matters, given that you're paying property taxes on it, and also you have to factor in that resale value. The DeSoto Independent School District has over 9,400 students, which are spread across 4 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, 2 specialized campuses, 1 high school, and an alternative education program. Now, from a student to teacher ratio, you're looking at 14:1, which is 1 better than the state average. And when you look at the percentage of teachers with 3 or more years of experience, that's a 78%, which is 6% less than the state average. So what that last stat is effectively telling us is that you can expect newer teachers in the ISD. But given that I'm a real estate agent, that's the extent that I'm able to cover on the school topic. So I'm going to leave a full report link down below so you can check it out. But what I am at liberty to discuss is the Chick-Fil-A situation. And we have to ask ourselves, is there a Chick-Fil-A in DeSoto? And unfortunately, there is not. So if you want to get your fix, you got to go either to Dallas, to Red Oak, or to Cedar Hill. Alright, so I'm only half joking about the Chick-Fil-A situation. That might be more important for me than it is for you. However, something that we can mutually agree on is the importance of real estate, because regardless if you're a renter or a homeowner, real estate impacts your quality of life. So let's start off from a macro perspective. The typical home value of homes in DeSoto is $347,766. Now this value is seasonally adjusted and only includes the middle price tier of homes. And the DeSoto home values have gone up 24.6% over the past year. And no, that is not a typo. So as you can see, over the last 10 years, the home values have gone up. However, that's nothing compared to what happened over the last year. But if you're one of those individuals that was waiting for the home prices to come down before purchasing, you might be getting your wish here soon. So now that we know that the median home value in DeSoto is $348,000, we can now compare that median home value to the surrounding cities. The median home value in Lancaster is $297,000. In Glen Heights, it's $353,000. Duncanville, $300,000. Cedar Hill, $340,000. And the median home value in Dallas is $337,000. So as you can see, the median home value in DeSoto is on the higher end compared to the surrounding cities. But to give you a more rounded perspective on that $348,000, I want to show you the types of homes that you can buy in DeSoto for that price. Now those are some good looking houses, right? Well, the sad news is that by the time you're watching this video, those homes that you just saw have probably already sold. But the good news is that I have an updated list of our preferred homes in DeSoto linked down below, so make sure you check it out. And now is also a great opportunity to share with you what the monthly mortgage payment can look like for a home in DeSoto in this price range. So I'm gonna link a video right here that's gonna show you how to do that. And that video is mandatory watching if you're coming in from out of state, because our property taxes are a little bit different than yours, given that we have some of the highest property taxes in the country, which is a trade-off for not having state income tax, which is also a good lead-in to our next category, which is the cost of living. The cost of living in DeSoto overall is 4% higher than the national average. Now, when you're looking at the housing category, you're looking at 2% higher than the national average. From a utilities perspective, expect to pay 10% more. From a groceries perspective, expect to pay 2% less. And from a transportation perspective, it's actually 10% less expensive in DeSoto than the national average. So at this point, you might be thinking, Jaime, DeSoto is the perfect city for me. If that's you, fantastic. I invite you to check out our top realtors linked down below. However, if you're still on the fence, that's okay too. I want to give you 2 additional cities for you to consider. I want you to check out Cedar Hill, and I also want you to check out Grand Prairie. And I also want to let you in on a little secret. There's actually a city in the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex that has a 0% property tax rate. And that city is